There were a couple of departures this month. Mark Pembridge ended his association with the club by signing for Fulham, and Kevin McLeod put pen to paper for second division promotion hopefuls Queen's Park Rangers. As the first transfer window drew to a close, David Moyes brought in 3 new faces and 1 not so new. Nigel Martin was signed on a free from Leeds United. Kevin Kilban joined from Sunderland. James McFadden crossed the border from Motherwell. And Francis Jeffers returned to Goodison on a season-long loan deal from Arsenal.
Well, I'd like to think that any of the players we've brought to the club have done quite well. One of the hardest things of management is to pick players to come in and improve. And I think in the main, you know, the record we've had of bringing players in has been quite good. You know, you've mentioned 3 or 4 there. The other thing is what we're trying to do is we're trying to bring in younger players, and that isn't easy. It's easy to go out and get players who you know have played 400 or 500 games in the Premier League and coming near the end of their career, and you know, it's easy. But we've had to go and try and shop around and find places to bring in people who we think will survive in the Premiership. But not only that will they survive, but they'll be an asset to the club in the future. That if we are in a situation we have to sell any players, then we've got some money there. And I think in people like Yobo and McFadden, we've certainly done that with those players.
Last January they made a bid to Motherwell and it wasn't accepted. And then really the Everton, it's always popped up, linked me with Everton, and I was just delighted when it actually came true.
You know, the manager said it was as much for cover for Richard with his knee as anything, and you know, I was lucky to get a chance as early as I did, and managed to stay in the team.
I'm not down here on my own, and I've had a lot of help from my family. I've had a lot of help from the people at the club, and it's made it easy for me, really, to settle in. The only thing I've had to worry about is playing football, and that's the way I like it.
There was an international break before the next round of Premiership fixtures, and against Macedonia on September the 6th, Wayne Rooney made history when he became the youngest player to score for England. Resumed with the visit of Newcastle, and Goodison was treated to the fast and the furious. There was passion, drama, excitement, and honours even.
And this is the real first chance for Kilban. Was he brought down, hands by the sides, and he had a good strong look at that, did Rob Styles. Well, he got in between 2 defenders, and it looks like one of those you want to have another look at, and I'm sure the referee will as well. Here it is, edge of the box, between 2 defenders. Well, it was more the shoulder, wasn't it, of O'Brien. We're trying to power it clear, but Newcastle with a counter-attack here as Kieran Dyer in between the defence. One-on-one with Nigel Martin. What was that from Gary Naismith? Well, it was a foul, and it's a penalty to the visitors. Now Gary Naismith has been sent off. Alan Shearer, the only man on the pitch that scored for Newcastle this season, with 3 goals, and that's number 4, and Newcastle go into the lead. Elbows ball again up towards Ferguson, causing all kinds of problems now as the big man Jeffers goes down. No doubt in the mind, but Radzinski finishes it off. His 2nd goal of the season, and Everton right back in this contest now. Everton players still claiming that Jeffers was brought down. Newcastle were half looking at the decision that Rob Styles was going to make, but as the ball fell for Radzinski, he just slipped it to the right hand of Shea Given, and the Polish-Canadian once again has put Everton right back in it. It was Ferguson causing the problems, not really a penalty. Radzinski had his arms up and still had half an eye on the game. It was more than Newcastle's defence did, and Everton back in business. Dyer and Bellamy combining. Jeffers missed it in the sun, and Bernard carries it into Everton's area. Is that another penalty? Yes, it is. Well, Joseph Yobo appeared to pull out of the challenge. And another penalty awarded to Newcastle. Alan Shearer against Nigel Martin for 2-1 for Newcastle. Very rare will you see him let his side down from that position. Radzinski just waits for the ball and collects. Ferguson, the furthest man forward for Everton, just making that run again. Radzinski. Jeffers just hanging about as well. Is that a penalty? Yes, it is! Well, would you believe it? Cast iron in my view, and another yellow card. Radzinski round Jermaine Genius. There was the challenge. Well, the decision was a good one. And the club captain has the ball firmly in his grasp. Duncan Ferguson wants this penalty. Big man, big occasion. Duncan Ferguson against his former club. Can he do it? Yes, he can! Well, he's waited a long time for that goal. And there's the celebration. Everton back in it, and you have to say, well deserved. The arms out, there's the tattoo. And there is a goalkeeper that is not having a good day. There's nothing like the cool hero getting them back into the game. I wonder if he's got a winner in him. The Everton crest that he has proudly on his arm, and it was blue blood pumping through it at that particular moment.
I didn't think we performed well at all, you know, and maybe, you know, when you think about it and you look back, both teams not having much time to prepare their team and get them ready, maybe it had something to do with it, but I thought that we were a bit stiff, a bit, you know, everything was easily read and understood, and people, you know, didn't do the things or the jobs we'd like them to do as well as they could. So overall, you know, we'll go back, we've got a point out it, and it was one which I was pleased to take, because with 5 minutes to go it looked as if we might not get anything.
Duncan Ferguson's strike was his 50th in the Premiership for the Blues, a landmark goal and one for the big Scot to remember.